Hey there, it's AI Dr. Beeman here, aka OB-GYN Kenobi. The real Dr. Beeman is board certified in both addiction medicine and OB-GYN. Yes, he/me is a dude, but during residency was told by a colleague that he had honorary ovaries, which maybe counts for something. Today's topic: how do I know if I have an addiction? Welcome to another episode of Women's Health for Men and Women, because 1. Both men and women should know more about what women deal with. 2. When it comes to health, a lot of what applies to one applies to the other. And 3. Someone thought this would be a good title for this health edutainment series. Let's start with some straight talk. Addiction isn't just about getting high, and not everyone who uses a drug becomes addicted. It's about doing something over and over, even when it's hurting you, and not being able to stop. Doctors use the term substance use disorder, SUD, to describe this. Not because we're trying to sound fancy, but because addiction exists on a spectrum. Not gonna lie, I think this term is a bit clunky, but hey, it is the current lingo, so let's go with it. Here's how it breaks down. An SUD can be mild if you meet 2 or 3 criteria, moderate if it's 4 or 5, severe. If a person has 6 or more of the following from the DSM, you use more than you meant to, or for longer than you planned. Like it's Friday night and you said, just one drink, but then suddenly, without warning, it's Sunday afternoon. You've tried to cut back or stop, but couldn't. Like your brain keeps hitting the snooze button on your plan to quit. You spend a lot of time getting it, using it, or recovering from it. Your hobby has become the logistics of acquiring the substance and figuring out how to hide it from others. You have strong cravings, intense urges that are hard to ignore. This isn't craving pickles in pregnancy. That's amusing, lends itself to comedy, and totally normal. Craving opioids so badly you risk your job, your health, or your life? That's addiction. Same word. Very different situation in the brain. Your use is hurting your responsibilities at work, school, or home. You're showing up late, checked out, or just totally ghosting being a grown-up. You keep using even when it causes relationship problems. You know that fight? Yeah, it wasn't really just about being late for the family reunion. You stopped doing things you used to enjoy. Hobbies, social events, family time. The guitar's collecting dust. You've given up your love for epoxy resin crafts. You put yourself in risky situations like driving, unsafe sex, or legal trouble. If your weekend plans could end in jail, we've crossed into not great territory. You keep using even when it hurts your health, physically or mentally. Your body's waving red flags. Your brain's holding a protest sign. You're pregnant, and no vaping or cocaine or whatever could hurt your baby. But you still hit repeat. You need more to get the same effect. That's called tolerance. What used to be just enough is now barely scratches the surface. You feel sick or off when you stop. That's withdrawal. Your body acts like you've taken away its Wi-Fi, coffee, and oxygen all at once. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. An addiction isn't just about substances. You can also struggle with gambling, porn, shopping, gaming, even work. That's why we use tools like the Brief Screener for behavioral addictions. It asks simple questions like, did I do it too much? Once I started, could I stop? Did I need it just to feel normal? Did I keep doing it even when it caused problems? If you're nodding along right now, I want you to hear this. Addiction is not about weakness. I'm not saying there's no moral dimension to addiction or any other chronic medical condition like diabetes. But like diabetes, it is a real medical condition with real brain changes for people who struggle with it that people without those genetics simply don't get when they use substances. But most importantly, addiction is treatable. You don't have to wait until everything falls apart to ask for help. You just need to recognize the signs and take the first step. Remember, recovery is possible, help is available, and you deserve to heal with dignity and hope.